The first nightmare is drifter balance. What if your producer or director give you a footage, or DP give you a footage that drifted? And second is, there is really no color in the frame. How do you build emotion with those tools? Another is your DP or your directors are very indecisive on what kind of color palette they want to do with this shot. And another scenario is where you have to fix the skin. And last but not least is the film reference. They give you a frame that director want, but the set design is completely different than how we bridge the gap. Okay, so first case we're looking at is the drifter balance. When it comes to this kind of solution, you just go down to PFA Color Suite, go to Film Mixer, and this is the detailed guide on how to properly use Mixer to solve this. So I want you to turn off the preserve skin protection. So this will work in a traditional non-normalized film mixer way. So just look at the vectorscope. Now we are drifted way into the magenta and blue. So we want to push it to the other side. So look at this. This is green, the secret slice here. So we're going to use the green slider and we're going to increase the green so that will help to push all the colors massage to the center. Okay. Next, now the scene has too much distribution in the cyan area. We may want to push it back to the red zone to balance it out. So we go to red output, we increase the red output. Okay, so this is the before and this is after. So from a completely unusable frame, we have managed to salvage it to create a different look, but the foundation must be set by the film mixer. Next, what if your DP show you with this shot? There is very little color information. If you look at the scope, it's very neutral. And how are you going to build a color palette with this? So the very powerful tool about PFA Color Suite when you are dealing with frames that have no colors, first go to color density, increase that density a little. So we are increasing saturation, also decreasing the luminance at the same time. This is simulating the film physics, exactly like how we deal with film strips. When more colors blocks more light. So once we have done this stage, we go to printer lights. Printer lights is a very powerful feature because it has shadow and skin protection. If you turn on the mask, you can see where exactly the white area is where this effect will be taking place. For example, now I don't have any colors in the frame. If I want to build that kind of sorrowness, I can increase green, I can increase yellow. Look at how nicely this injects the colors into the frame. And another way, we can increase the teal and orange, or we can drift our color tone film mixer to bring more blue and sorrowness into this scene through the color mixer. And this way, we are building a totally different mood. And then we use film tonal curve. We can raise the black points and we raise the shadows to simulate the film kind of texture. And we are pretty much done with the shot. With shot that has very little color information, this is what we can do. If you want to change the mood to the feeling of the shot, just go to film printer lights. Maybe I want to make it more bluish, cyan, make it cooler rather than moody. I achieve it instantly. So that's the power of this. So next, what if it's a nightmare where you totally have conflicting opinions on what kind of look is suitable for the scene? And that's when you can go to CinePulse. CinePulse AI is the fastest way to generate any look. It will call up 125 sliders in the entire suite. So when you click generate look, every single look is drastically different. So you can go to reduce the film look intensity. Every single look is drastically different because you are calling 125 different sliders to achieve a look and you will never get the same result. And if you like this tone, for example, you like the treatment, I can go down to the individual regrade printer lights, regrade color swap, regrade color density, film tonal curve. I can do regional treatment, so I can filter out different look. Actually, I pretty much like this. Then I can go down to fine tune. For example, I want more cast. So I want green, I want yellow in the frame to have the nostalgic look. And that's it. That's how simple it is to solve this entire decision mistake. Everyone can sit down and do, okay, is this a look you want? I can send you samples and you choose one, then we can. And it's so easy because they recorded all the parameters. It's very easy to copy the look to the other shots. So next problem is skin. So no matter how good is your color grading, you always come across with the problem of skin issues. No matter how good is your grade, if the skin fails, every single thing fails and breaks. So we have ColorSkin that built inside this tool. Turn on the show skin tone mask. It's dividing your entire image into its vector scope. Orange means it's align with the vector scope of the skin tone line. Yellow, very close. Blue is non-skin tone. So what we need to do is we just use the skin range to make sure all our skins are selected. So you can even deselect some areas that you don't consider as skin. Then we use skin hue to make sure 99% of the skin hits orange. That means align with skin tone line. Then next is really about how fair you want the skin to be, how bright, how dark you want the skin to be. For example, your DP complains the skin is too dark, too dense, so we can easily bring back the fairness of the skin. And that's how simple it is, guys. So this nightmare also fixed. Last but not least, the biggest nightmare of all time. A lot of times your director DP, they give you a film still reference, but their set design is completely different from the reference. This is Oscar winning Joker. They have very nice teal and orange in the curtain. But for this orchestra, there isn't that much kind of info. So how do we bridge the gap? And the secret always lies in the vector scope. So actually, it's pretty similar, just that we need to do additional treatment to bring the cyan. So in this case, we will use the film mixer engine, which comprises of film mixer, film separation, and printer lights. So when it comes to film separation, we just need to spread the colors, right? Increase red and cyan, then boost the colors along the linear line. We want to get a stretch. Next, to bring the cyan, like what we have demonstrated earlier, just look at where cyan is and opposite. You just need to remember where is the opposite of your target. For example, I want to make cyan as my target, the opposite is red. So I just need to reverse. I just need to bring more red into the cyan. So this is channel math. We are not shifting any pixels. Basically, we are changing how the software interprets the colors. We are bringing the red information into the cyan information to create the spread. So here, we have very similar scope here already, right? Next, to further build the palette, we can use the teal and orange slider or teal and pink slider to refine the scope. And we can go down to film separation, use hue rotation to rotate the hue until we are pretty much aligned with the zone color. Now we get the shape of the vector scope. Now is the amount of the cyan info. So if you want to inject colors that previously not in the scene, always go to film printer lights. So I can inject cyan, I can inject blue, and I do reduce yellow, and I reduce the shadow protection, skin protection, and then we just try to introduce more cyan in the scene. Alright, so this is what we have done. We have shifted the palette, create some more a great alignment, and this is just a few steps that we very easily achieve. So we can continue to push the colors more to get the bite. But you have to understand, you can't exactly achieve the same distribution of color unless your site design are very similar. So this is the thing that is really behind color grading. So that's all. The 5 biggest mistakes or so-called nightmares as a colorist are all presented here. How we resolve it with all the tools that built in PFA Color Suite 7.8. The 30% off offer is ending in a few days. So treasure it before it goes up. That's all for this episode. I will see you in the next one.